here. Today in the kitchen we are going to make chocolate cake with a chocolate chip, ooey gooey goodness icing. This icing is not something you get in a can at the store, but instead the way we're going to make this icing, well, you're going to have to tune in the whole thing when we get to the icing to see how it's made. You're going to love it. I can't take credit for the recipe. My dear friend Rita passed this recipe on to me, and I am passing it on to you because why should this recipe be kept as a secret? It's delicious. But before I get started in making this chocolate cake, got to get ready. My friend Rita, well, she also, because she just loves me, she's like a mama to me, made me this wonderful little apron and put my initial on it, a J. All right, and I gotta get my buff. I'll be right back. All right, so I got my buff. You know, I'm one of those people, I don't cook with all the makeup and the jewelry and all that stuff. I'm not fancy. I'm used to working with tools. So baking for me, well, it's not something I do very often, but it's that time of year, my dog, and we're gonna try it. So to do this chocolate cake, there's a few things you gotta know. Triple chocolate super moist fudge cake mix. Oh, it's the bomb. To make this chocolate cake that we're gonna make today, you gotta have this mix. Betty Crocker just so happens that my local grocery store had buy one, get one free. So I can make a couple of these bad boys. All right, so I've already got my oven preheated to 350. Essentially, all you're gonna do is make the cake. The cool part is when we get to the icing, which I will show you how to make when we get back together after the cake is done. Because you know what? We're not gonna record for 35 minutes waiting for the cakes to come out. So we're just gonna mix this up. I got my mixer today because I don't feel like hand stirring. We're just gonna pour this in. All right. And this has got little chocolate bits in it, which is so good. And it calls for 3 eggs. We're just gonna make it just like it says on the box. All right, so we got 3 eggs. Dump it in there. I like to just put my garbage in there. Okay, we don't want the egg shells. No shell. Put that in there. Then we have 1 1/4 cups of water, which I already had pre-measured. And then we have 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. And we put that in, and that's it for the cake mix. And we're going to mix that up. I'm going to put it in 2 8-inch pans because we're going to do a double layer. Normally I do a triple layer, but I'm doing a double layer today, which means I'm going to be left over with a little bit of the icing at the end, which let me tell you, when you put that in the refrigerator, you can eat off of that for the next 2 to 3 days. It is so good. Oh. So I'm going to mix this up. All right. You can drop your beater. Now one thing I learned, this is not like turning on a drill. You got to go slow with this at first because otherwise this stuff just flies out in your face and it's like a dust thing. It's almost like you're sanding. So you gotta go slow when you first turn this on so that the powder doesn't shoot out all over. I learned that the hard way first time I did it. I was like, oh my goodness. It says to beat on here for 2 minutes. Not beat on the thing, but to do this for 2 minutes. Medium speed, which means we gotta crank it up. All right, so we're at about medium, which is about, on this mixer, about 4. This little mixer has worked out great for as often as I use it, which is not very often. So I saved myself a couple $100. Now, if you're doing a lot of baking and you're doing a lot of mixing, well, you know, it's like drills. Get yourself a good drill. Well, not for this, but get a good mixer. Because if you're doing a lot of this, you want a good heavy-duty mixer that's going to be able to handle. When I go to make the carrot cakes, this thing is, it's pushing it, you know, it's pushing it. But, and it's just like drills. When you have a good drill, you really notice the difference. I'm going to go get my drills, but I don't want to get all dirty and everything. But you notice the difference in a good drill and in a cheap drill. You get a good drill with power behind it, you're going to drill through that wall like nothing flat. If you get a cheap drill, you're going to be like, right? A good drill, which I consider an impact drill, or what they call a hammer drill, would be like, what a difference. Who thought you could talk about woodworking while this is mixing? This is awesome. So this will be for 2 minutes. Then I'll pour it in the pan, put it in the oven, bake it for how long it says. Then when we come back, I will show you how to make the icing. Chocolate with the chocolate morsels all chopped up in, I think it's cream cheese and sugar. And chocolate morsels. Oh Lord, oh Lord. It is so good. Alright, well, I'm going to finish mixing this. Check back with me in a few. Ta-ta!